The transfer portal is absolutely insane. If you think what we've seen so far is crazy, just wait a couple of days. Woo! What do y'all think about that? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, happy Friday. Hope you're having a great Friday. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. And I'm going to let it be known right now at the very beginning of this video. If you like transfer portal drama and chaos, this is the perfect video for you. And I continue to go back and think about this video we made 9 to 10 days ago. I'll show it to you right here, where I titled it, College Football Just Got a Huge Warning. And yet again, in that video, we talked about how multiple head coaches said, hey, college football, it's about to get crazy, especially with this portal. And well, here we are. They weren't wrong. And the unreal part about this is we made a transfer portal video yesterday, and within 24 hours, there's already been multiple new guys and high-profile guys at that entered the portal. Ever since yesterday's video, we've had 5-star recruits enter the portal, top wide receivers in the nation enter the portal, running backs, and so on. You name it, they're in the portal. And also some of these players that just entered the portal a couple days ago, like DJ Ugoh, he's already narrowed down his options. We got a lot to go over and talk about, and as when I'm speaking, there is currently a prestigious, and I mean a very prestigious, former 5-star recruit in the class of 2023 that has just put his name in the portal. We got to talk about that, and also, Florida's quarterback Graham Merz, we got an update on him. And oh yeah, if that wasn't enough for you, guess what? Do y'all remember the name JT Daniels? I'm sure some of you do. He's played at about, 4 or 5 colleges now? We get an update on him and what he's going to do. Man, oh man, this is the definition of a jam-packed video. As always, if you like college football content and you want to see more of it, consider joining our community. We'd love to have you here. If you don't want to subscribe, that's cool too. All right, Matt, blah, blah, blah. Shut the crap up. Now without further ado, let's get it. All right, first things first, there's so many places we could start this out, but I say we start out with old DJ Ugoh first. As we all know, he entered the portal. We talked all about that, and it's being stated right now that Florida State, what about that? The Seminoles and Oregon have emerged as early contenders for the transfer quarterback. It's also being stated that he is considering the NFL draft, and I don't see that happening because I'd say best case scenario, he'd go what? 4th round, and that's best. Realistically, he's probably going 6th round. A lot of people are studying that he could go to Oregon and team up with his brother, but I don't know. I just don't see that happening. And Florida State fans are not too happy about this whatsoever. They're like, yeah, we'll pass on this. The Oregon Ducks can have them. I'm going to be real with y'all. I don't know why Florida State or Oregon would go after this guy. We saw it at Clemson. We saw it at Oregon State. He's not good enough to lead you to a national title. He's a decent quarterback for a team that has goals and standards of winning 9 to 10 games, but anything more than that, absolutely not. I'm wishing him the best of luck, but that's the newest new updates on him. Continuing along here, this isn't a quarterback, but this is a running back, and I thought this was a notable transfer because I love Tawee Walker's game. He is announced, running back for Oklahoma. He's entering the portal. He got some playing time for Oklahoma this year, and when he was in there, he went off. He averaged over 5 yards per carry. I think this is arguably one of the best running backs in the transfer portal, and whoever can get him, this is an immediate impact type of guy. If you make him the main running back, I think he can easily rush for over 1,500 yards. If you were to go in the dictionary and look at the definition of a solid running back, that is Tawee Walker. I love everything about this kid's game, and I wish it would have worked out in Oklahoma, but it didn't. And obviously, it seems like this is a move just so he can get some more playing time, and I respect it. The only thing I really don't like to see in college football with the transfer portal is when you have a starting running back leave to go somewhere else. Because at that point in time, it's like, all right, man, what are we doing? But when you got a bench player leaving, hey, I get it. These kids work hard, they practice hard, and they want to play. They're athletes. I don't care what anybody tries to tell you. Nobody wants to sit on the bench and watch another man shine in their position. I'm not saying you got to root against the man ahead of you, but you wish that were you at the end of the day. Much respect to Walker. Hope it works out wherever he goes. Moving along here, we got some other big-time news in the college football landscape, and this isn't the transfer portal, but this is involving Florida and Graham Merz. He has announced he's coming back for next year. This is huge, and I mean absolutely huge, because Florida, as we all know, it's a crap show. It's a dumpster fire. And Graham Merz arguably was one of the top, dare I say, 4 quarterbacks in the SEC. Maybe that's pushing it because you got Jalen Milroe. He was better. Carson Beck. You could throw Brady Cook in there. Jaden Daniels, obviously. Yeah, you could say Graham Merz was top 5, top 6. But my point is, Graham Merz this year, he had an awesome season. I'll show you his stats and numbers, and I low-key forgot what they look like, so I'll pull them up for myself. On the year, 2,900 passing yards. That's solid. Remember, he got hurt. 20 touchdowns to only, and this is what impressed me, 3 INTs. He took care of the ball, total QBR of 68.5. Not too shabby. For as bad as Florida looked this year, Merz was one of the brighter spots in this team, and I think that's huge for them to get him next year again. And I think that's big for Billy Napier because if he goes 6-6 again next year, he'll be fired. Trust me. I haven't spoken too much about Billy Napier this year, but if you don't know how I feel about him, it's not very high. I think he already should have been fired. I view Billy Napier as the same way I viewed Brian Harsin. He's just not cut out for the SEC. Simple as that. I told Florida fans heading to this year, you're probably going to win at best case scenario 6, 7, 8 games, and yeah, we saw it played out. Billy Napier's not the guy, and if you believe in him, I honestly don't know what you see in the dude. But that is a completely different conversation for a different day. I also want to show you this from Hayes Fawcett. This is one of the dudes who's always reporting on the transfers and whatnot. Here's what he tweeted out. The transfer portal is absolutely insane. If you think what we've seen so far is crazy, just wait a couple of days. Woo! What do y'all think about that? And just like this comment says right here, it's absolutely insane that this is just the beginning, and I couldn't agree anymore. It's been crazy. It's been absurd, ridiculous, whatever word you want to throw in there, but we're just getting started. And as a person who loves college football and some drama, hey, I'm all here for it. And what do you know, right after Hayes Fawcett tweeted that out, he proceeded to tweet this only a few hours later. Breaking, South Alabama star wide receiver Colin Lacy, hope I'm saying that correctly, plans to enter the transfer portal. I don't expect many of you to know who this guy is. Maybe we talk about him a little bit more in the future, but he was a stud at South Alabama. Was 5th in the nation this year, went 91 catches for over 1,300 receiving yards. I'm telling you right now, I would say watch out for Alabama. They might go after this guy. I think a lot of SEC schools are going to take a look at him. This is a guy who proved he can ball out whenever given the opportunity, and yeah, just keep your eyes on him. I wouldn't be shocked if you have schools like Tennessee, Florida, potentially Auburn, schools like that, Mississippi State, Ole Miss go after this guy. Considering he played at South Alabama, you almost automatically got to assume all the surrounding schools are going to give him a nice look. I do want to throw that in there because it's not every day you see a guy who was 5th in the nation in receiving yards enter the portal. And it goes back to what I'm saying. That is one of the negative sides to the portal. When a smaller school like South Alabama has a guy go off, he's immediately going to think, hey, I might as well enter the portal because schools like Alabama, Ole Miss, all these other big-time schools, they might give me a look, and who knows, they might give me some NIL money, and it'll help me out for the future. And when I say help him out for the future, I'm talking about NFL draft potential. Because if he balls out at Alabama next year, that puts him on a national media scale, and he could immediately be a first, second round pick. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen with this guy. I'm just giving you an example. We all know if you ball out for a big-time school, that boosts your draft stock up immensely. And yet again, I can't emphasize enough how much I hate it for these smaller schools, but it's a new reality. If you have guys balling out, do not expect them to stay for long. It is what it is, man. Moving along here to our next topic, and this is the big one. It's now being officially reported that Washington State's quarterback Cam Ward, he's going to enter the portal. Remember, we talked about this only a day or two ago, that it's been reported and stated that allegedly Cam Ward has already received over 10 plus $1 million offers. And yeah, I got very passionate about it and I freaked out because the problem with that was not that he was receiving the money and the offers. The problem was he wasn't even in the portal. That's the definition of tampering. Don't even get me started on that, but now it's being stated that he is about to enter the portal at any given moment in time, and we saw this coming. He is going to enter the portal. He's going to test the waters and see whichever school, number one, is going to pay him the most and which school gives him a better opportunity to get to the NFL. At this point in time, I have zero leads, and I have no idea where this guy is going to go, but I assume a lot of big-time schools are going to go after him. Me, personally, I think he'd be a great fit for Oregon. For example, everybody's talking about DJ Ugoh going to Oregon. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't think that's a great fit. But Cam Ward at Oregon? Oh, yeah. Pretty good fit to me. Pay attention to that, but check this out. This has been some big-time and breaking news. I've had at least 30 people send me this. Remember JT Daniels, star quarterback for Georgia? Well, he's officially retired. Yes, that's right. You heard me correctly. I'll read it to you word for word right here. Rice quarterback JT Daniels is medically retiring from football after suffering multiple concussions and being advised to retire by his doctors. With his retirement, he plans to enter the coaching space now that his playing career is done. Man, what a sad ending to his career, and you hate to see it. JT Daniels might go down as one of the biggest what-ifs in college football history. And I continue to go back to this. If it wasn't for that minor injury he suffered at Georgia, Stetson Bennett would have never even got that job from him. It just seemed like one of those things where it wasn't meant to be. And I hate it for him, but hey, that's a part of life. The way I live my life is I tell myself whenever something happens, everything happens for a reason. And I firmly believe up until this point in JT Daniels' career, every single thing that has happened has happened for a reason. Although at the time when bad stuff happens to us, we may not like it and understand it, but we'll look back on it and say, okay, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be doing this. And I love the fact that JT Daniels has already announced he's going into coaching, and who knows, he may be one of the greatest coaches of all time. Yes, this chapter in his book did close, but you don't know if the next chapter is going to be even better. And I know it's been hard on him the past couple of years, and I empathize with him so much. I battled injuries all throughout my career, and it sucks, man. Mentally, physically, everything about it sucks. He can never stay healthy. That's the bottom line. And JT Daniels, I'm wishing you the best of luck, man. I could talk about this all day, but I'll leave it at this. It's mind-blowing at how fast his career crumbled. And I know people are going to joke on him or whatnot, but the dude gave it his best shot. It just wasn't meant to be. Take a look at this, though. So we talked about how Coastal Carolina's quarterback Grayson McCall is in the portal. Well, it's now being stated that NC State is set to make an in-home visit this weekend with him. What about that? The immediate notion around Grayson McCall entering the portal is that he's going to try to go to Auburn because he tried going there last year, but there was some mishap and just something went on with his grades and whatnot. He couldn't transfer over the credits. Well, now this year he's in the portal, and apparently NC State's going hard after him. I don't know if he wound up going there, but with all that being said, we gotta get on to the main topic of the main encore, arguably, and maybe, possibly, the main reason you clicked onto this video. What's going on with this new, highly touted and prestigious 5-star recruit that just entered the portal? Reports came out yesterday that UCLA's quarterback Dante Moore plans to enter the NCAA transfer portal, and he was a 5-star recruit in the 2023 class, and also not just only a 5-star recruit, he was a top 5 overall player in the class. This is trending everywhere. It's got millions and millions of views, and here's what Dante Moore had to say about all of this. For these next upcoming years, I just want to go to a place where I can get developed. That's the main thing, is really development. Making sure you're bettering yourself every day and having a staff around you that's going to help develop you. So I'd say the biggest things are going to a place where I can get developed and continue to love and have fun playing football and be around a place that loves college football and being around great athletes. What about that? So is he trying to insinuate UCLA is bad at developing quarterbacks? That's what I'm getting from this. And a lot of people are pointing stuff like this out. Crazy that he flipped from Oregon, because remember, he was originally committed to Oregon before he went to UCLA. Was literally the perfect situation for him. He would have had a chance to sit and learn from a Heisman finalist and great coaches this year and get developed, and then compete to start next year. Maybe he will end up back at Oregon. We'll see. That is a great comment, and it honestly is a shame he didn't stay with Oregon, because I thought that would have been great. He would have learned a lot more from Bo Nix, and I think it would have been a better fitting system. But hey, that's just me. There's also some people stating that he might go to Michigan State, and that's really interesting, because if Dante Moore can go to Michigan State, I think he's good enough to immediately turn that football program around. Yes, I know he's going to need a lot of help, but Michigan State's number one problem is they don't have a quarterback. And here's the thing a lot of people don't understand. If you can get a 5-star quarterback to commit to your school or sign to your school, whatever you want to call it, 5-star wide receivers will also look at that and go, hey, I want to play for a really good quarterback, and they'll start coming there. Same thing with the running back, same thing with the offensive line, and etc. Off the top of my head, though, I would say Oregon's definitely the front runner to land this kid, because he doesn't want to go and try and rebuild at Michigan State. He wants to win right now, and he wants to compete right now. I see Oregon being the front runner, and I know it's ironic and weird because I also said that Oregon should go after Cameron Ward, the quarterback for Washington State. At this point in time, it just seems like Oregon's going to pick whoever they want, and they got plenty of options. Because think about it, if you've had 3 quarterbacks in the Pac-12 enter the portal, DJ Ugoh, Dante Moore, and Cameron Ward. To say it's been a chaotic past not just 48 hours, but 24 hours would be highly understating it. There's many more things I could say, but we'll end it off with that. Let me know your thoughts down below about that.